Alright, hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between Lubber versus Soin. This game taking place here on Last Refuge. We have, Lubber spawning as, I'm gonna go ahead and swap the colors right here in just a second. There you go, Lubber spawning as the red undead over here on the bottom left-hand side of the map, opening up with your standard Altar of Darkness and Ziggurat. Meanwhile, all the way on the other side of the map, since there's only one spawning location, we have Soin spawning as the blue orc. Orc versus Undead in this 1v1 matchup, and we are going for, there you go, getting 2 additional attacks onto that tree before, getting to work. Alright, so it is going to be a pretty much standard build opening in from Soin as well, as we are looking at what the hero choices will be. Undead versus Orc. The meta has changed significantly. It felt like there were no changes for quite some time, as Blizzard wasn't releasing patch notes, and then all of a sudden in this past year and a half in preparation, or past year in this preparation for WarCraft 3 Reforged, which I still do not have any information on, a lot of changes were made to balance. Now, I am hoping that WarCraft 3 Reforged does or is playable at BlizzCon. I'm sure there will be plenty of news available to that particular effect, as we should be looking for a great haul, taking the tier 2 here in just a moment. Now, what is going to be the overall strategy? Peon now going back to work, trying to harvest more and more lumber, automatically attacking that one particular acolyte for 1 point of damage, and this acolyte wants to stay nearby just to see what the hero choice is going to be. This acolyte won't be able to deal that much damage to that voodoo lounge, as the Blade Master will soon be making its way out. There is going to also be a grunt. Meanwhile, let's take a look on the other side. It is a Death Knight picking up a Rod of Necromancy before making his rounds out as well. Acolyte decides to back off, knowing that, you know what, all I really needed to know was a bit of scouting information, and that's exactly what he saw right there. Blade Master now taking a fair bit of damage. As you can take a look, that grunt is trying to stutter step his position in order to be able to perhaps take down some of these forest troll trappers. Blade Master absorbing all of that damage right now. Piercing damage is greatly reduced for heroic armor, and add on top of that, we have an additional +3 armor from that ring of protection. Death Knight not going for the harassment route, actually going after these forest troll trappers right here, using the Rod of Necromancy. It looked as though the Death Knight did use double Death Coil to try and finish off these units, and now one skeletal minion will be making its rounds out as well. Blade Master healing up with a Windwalk. Meanwhile, Death Knight now wandering around. The Blade Master could easily get some easy damage here, and the Death Knight decides to back away. Tech to tier 2 has already begun. We are finally going into Crypt Fiends, as the Blade Master now looks to, steal this Ogre Magi from his opponent. Grunt does get ensnared here. Skeletal Minion doesn't scout this out. Death Knight still going after the Ogre Warrior off over here. And the Death Knight really wants to get to level 3, perhaps afraid of the Blade Master doing a little bit of kill stealing there. Opts to use a Death Coil to try and clear up that creep camp. Alright, the Death Knight now back on Blight. However, he is sitting inside his base. He has a replenishment potion, now getting up some precious mana as well. Meanwhile, the Blade Master is here to, cause a bit of disruption. Are we going to see a Death Coil? Level 2 onto the Death Knight. That was the right type of steal right there. Steal back from his opponent. 2 skeletal minions, dealing the necessary damage to get that experience once more. Death Knight now with Unholy Aura, able to move around the map much more freely. Meanwhile, the Blade Master of Soin going after the Null Overseer creep camp here, which could spell a little bit of a disaster. No, Death Knight gonna spot, not gonna be looking for this, and heading back off to the north. Is it gonna spot this Blade Master here? And it is. Blade Master now gonna be taking a little bit of damage. Let's take a look. Skeletal Minions now currently out. Damage being absorbed by that Blade Master there, as the Blade Master now down to 133. Skeletal Minions actually getting in front of that Death Knight, preventing him from being able to do very much. Meanwhile, the Blade Master is still wandering around, looking for perhaps some additional easy units to steal. Blademaster still back across over here. Null Overseer could get taken down. Blademaster is healing up. Death Knight very much nearby. Could be trying to use a Death Coil here. And nope, Blademaster going to end up losing that healing salve right there as the damage is going to start to add up. Blademaster has to be very careful. The range attack on those Crypt Fiends going to make it difficult for that Blademaster to just try to outrun, as it was a little bit too close to that Crypt Fiend there. Blademaster now double backing around. Let's take a look at this. Null Overseer down to 300 hit points. Who's going to get the experience? It looks as though the Death Knight is going to get the experience. Did he also get the item? I believe so. Death Knight also got the item, as we see the skeletal minions now currently out onto the field. Blademaster, well, not getting the necessary experience again. As all of this goes down, we are already at Stronghold going into tier 3. We are going for Shadow Hunters with a single bestiary. Fights back at home, the tech choices, this is all very, very important, and the fact that the Undead is behind in the tech race could be very telling. The fact that there isn't going to be Orb of Corruption that early, not that many early destroyers. We may even have the Tauren Chieftain out before a Dark Ranger or Naga Sea Witch, and that could spell some potential problems. However, a couple of things to note. We still do not have a War Mill, so we are not going to have upgraded Orc Burrows anytime soon, as the Blademaster now goes after an Ogre Magi creep camp. Alright, Rock Golem gonna get taken down here very quickly. Death Knight sitting at level 3. Let's take a look. Ensnare there. Lich now sitting at plus 12 attack with that Robe of Magi. And all of a sudden, the Lich could become a potential damage threat, especially when you consider the Orb of Corruption. The additional negative armor on top of all of that plus damage right there, and all of a sudden that Lich's damage does become significantly stronger, and well, the focus fire becomes that much more deadly. Troll Trapper will get finished off here. Tome of Intelligence given to the Lich. Lich should be just shy of level, well, no, almost on the money, getting another Tome of Intelligence. That Lich now up to 45 damage, even before the Orb of Corruption and the additional negative armor that will come along with it. Death Knight now making its way back across. Are we going to see an Ogre Warrior Death right there? Blademaster is right there. Let's take a look at it. Blademaster gets to level 3. There was a Hex onto the Ogre Magi. Engagement now getting underway. Blademaster trying to head back here. Bloodlust onto some of these units as the skeletal minions will look to come and engage. Blademaster wants to put forth pressure, wants to engage. A little bit of, nope, no gold steel there either, as the Dust of Appearance Death Coil onto the Blademaster, but no Frost Nova follow-up allows for an easy escape. Blademaster, oh, right there, Death Coil, and Scroll of Speed, not enough to outrun it. Shadow Hunter didn't have healing wave, and with that, the Blademaster already taken down. Heavy losses indeed, as the Death Knight and the Lich are primed and ready to go. Let's take a look at this. Death Knight heading back, picking up an Orb of Corruption, most likely. Dust of Appearance. Well, let's take a look at this. Any items sold, waiting for that little bit of necessary gold. We are also looking at a Pit Lord as well. That third hero, Death Knight, still waiting to perhaps pick up that Orb of Corruption, but the Death Knight is already at 3. The Lich is also not too far behind from level 3 as well. There is that Orb of Corruption. Extra damage indeed most likely will be given to that Lich. Meanwhile, the Pit Lord with Howl of Terror could end up becoming a bit of an issue. Howl of Terror rather powerful at removing more damage from that Blademaster, and then on top of that, if you do go for Destroyers, they are able to devour magic and, well, remove that debuff to even deal more damage themselves. Alright, Pit Lord looking to swipe his way, get in a lot of damage here. Pit Lord is going to be staying at level, or should be able to get to level 2 here if the remaining heroes back off. I don't believe they are backing off, so it is going to be, I believe, just shy. Oh no, right on the money again. Alright, my estimation on experience, very close, as the Pit Lord is sitting at exactly 200 experience. Death Knight, Lich, and Pit Lord 3-3-2 going up against a 2-2, well, a 3-2-2 as well, but the Blademaster is currently dead. Oh, Soin in trouble, as he did not go for the fortified armor upgrade on his Orc Burrows. One Orc Burrow already down. We may see the death of a Voodoo Lounge as well as the peons are trying to repair. Let's take a look at this. A lot of damage being lost here. Losing a Voodoo Lounge is incredibly important, but no, unable to focus this down here. Kodo Beast doesn't get the necessary, well, get the necessary melee range to try and devour any of these units, as the units are now backing up again. Lubber sitting at 49 supply, 46 supply by Soin, who now has his Blade Master. We should be looking at fortified armor, but we still don't see that as of yet. Meanwhile, during this time, Lubber is taking the opportunity to just clear out more creep camps once again. You can see a little bit of cleave damage coming across from that Pit Lord as well. Ensnare gonna, well, make for a bad day for Lubber, as one Crypt Fiend is being left behind for at least a little while longer. Ogre Magi now being brought over again. Death Knight maybe trying to engage. This Crypt Fiend knows that, hey, my opponent is not gonna be following me up anytime soon. Bringing up the rear, we are looking at some Banshees as well. Lich now finally at level 3. Death Knight is at level 4. So 4-3-2 as the Pit Lord looks to clear up the remaining units. Back at the other end, Tauren Chieftain, Unholy Aura coupled with Endurance Aura means for a very fast movement speed Tauren Chieftain, even only at level 2. Blade Master also looking to get in some additional damage as well. 4 Straw High Priest will get taken down. Grunt coming in with a little bit of heals. Should be able to recover a lot of hit points in no time flat. As the Lich, well, gonna get some easy damage onto that peon there. 1, 2, one more shot should do it in the back. Well, there it goes. As the Pit Lord ready to get into position. 4-3-2. Let's take a look. Are we getting some Frost Armor or some Dark Rituals? Death Knight does have Frost Armor, making it difficult to focus down any of the primary heroes. Tauren Chieftain gonna run inside. Is he gonna stomp? Yes, puts his foot down. 3 Crypt Fiends currently, well, just frozen in position. Blade Master going straight after a Banshee. A beautiful stomp once again. And Soin is just putting his foot down, causing so many problems again. Tauren Chieftain trying to get a little bit more mana. Is it going to work out? Let's take a look. One Obsidian Statue is taken down. Tauren Chieftain doesn't have enough mana to really make this Potion of Greater Mana worthwhile. But if he did, this would be the perfect time to use it. Finally uses it right there. And now stuns down some more units again. Tauren Chieftain still making its way back out. Purge onto the Obsidian Statue. Frost Nova right there. Blade Master looking to finish off this Obsidian Statue. 1 or 2 more shots should do it. However, Lubber, well, surrounding that Blade Master. Blade Master now going to perhaps purge down and finish off that Obsidian Statue. Blade Master temporarily invulnerable, now needs to back away. Kodo Beast down to 273 hit points. Could get taken down. There it goes. A Crypt Fiend was reversed. As well, reversal of fortune by that Kodo Beast. Soin down to 36 supply now compared to Lubber. Lubber able to hold on and is now also setting up an expansion during this time. Things are looking good for Lubber. Following up right here, Shadow Hunter coming across. Blade Master going to try and engage. Able to finish off some more. Nope, unable to finish off that Banshee so far as another, well, another Raider gets taken down. Tauren Chieftain with the stomp, still causing lots of problems. Healing Wave, the Shadow Hunter trying to keep all these units alive, but rather low on level. And because of that, the Healing Wave isn't as effective as it normally should be. Tauren Chieftain gonna get a stomp in right there and now retreat away once more. Blade Master is right there. What is that Tauren Chieftain doing? The Tauren Chieftain lost control again. Death Coil trying to finish him off. Tauren Chieftain, rather a fast-moving unit, able to get away as the Tauren Chieftain may get death coiled one more time. Let's take a look at that long distance attack. Healing Wave saves Potion of Healing as the Tauren Chieftain seems to just be running laps. Spirit Link cast across multiple units. Crypt Fiends now no longer trying to go after that. Troll Berserker now trying to head back, but this is just not looking good. Dust of Appearance trying to finish off. Yes, there goes a Crypt Fiend. A curse from the Banshee making it difficult for that Blade Master. 53 supply compared to 43. Soin is now just hanging by a thread to try and stay alive. Meanwhile, the Death Knight with mana from that Brilliance Aura, Lich also with a good amount of mana, should be able to lay down a couple more Frost Novas. Death Knight now making its way back off to the north here, having 170 mana. Could perhaps try to focus down another unit or two. Spirit Walker could have a bad day as well. No, units looking to back up and perhaps use the economic advantage to tip his lead. 58 supply compared to 41, so it is only a 14 gold compared to 10 gold advantage right now, but the army advantage is large. Lubber is in the driver's seat of this game. As long as he doesn't shoot himself in the foot, so to speak, he is going to be in a great position. Blademaster now looking to scout out this location here, gonna spot the blight and pretty much knows, you know what, I need to shut this expansion down. Acolytes now moving around. Let's take a look at this. Trying to move around every which way. Oh, Acolyte in a bit of trouble. Death Knight now shows up. Death Coil heals up again. Blademaster now trying to get away and will be able to do exactly that. No dust of appearance this time around, though. All right. Nerubian Tower is right there. Tauren Chieftain may be able to get to level 3. It looks like he will be able to, I don't believe, off of the Huntsman, but off of this Gargantuan Sea Turtle here. Where is that Shadow Hunter? Shadow Hunter nowhere to be found. Meanwhile, Blademaster going to run on in once more. And with that, well, Nerubian Tower, it is going to end up getting slowed down tremendously. Shadow Hunter sitting at 3, Tauren Chieftain sitting at 3, Pure Up to Vitality, giving him extra hit points. Blademaster now going after an Acolyte. Acolyte just pretty much running around in circles. The Acolytes can just split apart, making it very difficult for this Blademaster to really deal any damage. Let's take a look back across over here. It looks like it is going to be able to get, nope, not going to get away. That finally gets taken down. It stopped running for a moment. Meanwhile, Death Knight shows up to the party, finishing off some early peons there as the Death Knight takes down all of those units now. All right, Voodoo Lounge will get taken down. Blademaster cannot stick around here. If he does, well, he will end up losing his main base, or at least all of his mining. He cannot trade an expansion for his one and only base. Meanwhile, let's take a look back across here. Staff of Teleportation, Troll Berserker going to be joining in on the fight. There is a lone shade here. 2 additional Acolytes going to be retrained up again, as we're looking at 47 supply compared to 64, a 17 supply difference. All right, Soin now chasing after all of these units. Pit Lord, well, is he going to perhaps go for a Howl of Terror up in that front line position, doing a lot of swipe? There's a Howl of Terror, but only hitting 1 or 2 units. There goes a Banshee. Death Knight now getting surrounded into a tough location. There's a big stomp once again. Tauren Chieftain amongst all of these Crypt Fiends. Will he be able to finish them off? Healing Wave, saving up another Spirit Walker. Blademaster finishes off a Destroyer. 63 supply compared to 46. Another Stomp comes in as the Kodo Beast unable to eat anything. Kodo Beast now looking to back up. 63 supply compared to 46, or down to 40. A 50% difference in terms of overall army size as the Crypt Fiends are now looking to back up again. More Healing Wave, more damage coming through on both sides. There goes another Troll Berserker, and Soin is in trouble. Lubber takes the game from Soin after taking the early expansion here and then just being able to capitalize on his advantages. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.